Hello! Today I'm going to show you how to do this look, which is basically my first autumn look of this year. A lot of people started earlier, but I'm always like, I want to wait for a little bit because otherwise I get tired of the autumn makeup looks before autumn is actually over. In any case, yeah, by now I thought it was time to also go do some autumn looks. So basically I just wanted to do a look with sort of purple, burgundy-ish colors and mainly orange and gold because those are just sort of colors that really make me feel like it's autumn and I really love those colors, so yeah. I obviously love orange. In any case, yeah, let's get started. Okay, for this look I'm going to start out with the Maybelline Color Tattoo in the shade 24K Gold. Which is unsurprisingly... I can't talk today. Which is unsurprisingly a gold shade. And I'm just going to apply that using... not that thing. Yep, this brush by the Body Shop, which is a brush that I'm actually not all that fond of. People who've watched more of my videos probably already know this, but yeah. It's a nice brush overall, but it's really stiff, so I don't like it for eyeshadow, but I do use it for cream products, because I don't want to use my favorite brushes for cream products. Because you really have to wash them to take it off, and yeah, I only wash my brushes once per week. Because otherwise they'll go weird, maybe, like, I don't know. I don't want to ruin my brushes by washing them too often. But yeah, really, I just use this brush because I don't really use it for anything else, basically. Either way, I'm just going to apply this product on my entire eyelid, or at least the moving part of the eyelid. Could also use your finger for this, but personally I think it's more hygienic to not use your fingers. Simply because, like, I did clean my hands before starting this, but I also use this product on other people. And if I'd put my fingers in it every time I use it, then, I don't know, it wouldn't feel very hygienic anymore. So I choose not to do that. Yeah. And then it's time for eyeshadow. I'm going to use the BH Cosmetics 120 color eyeshadow palette. This was the first edition. It actually says so there. I actually took out the two plates of eyeshadow because it's easier to work with. Either way, first I'm going to apply some thing that's in the other part of it. First I'm going to apply this gold orangey color over here. You can of course use any color, this one I meant. You can of course use any color, you know, that's similar, but I'm using this palette because it contains every color I need this time. I'm just going to use a small eyeshadow brush, this one is by Eco Tools, to apply that over the color tattoo, simply because I always like to, it makes the color a bit warmer, and also I like to apply powder over cream product always. I mean, the color tattoos do stay in place actually without, you know, anything else applied over them, but I don't know, I just prefer to do it anyways. And I'm leaving the inner corner open because I'm going to highlight it later, so it's no use making it dark first. And then it's time for another brush. I'm going to use the angled brush here by Sigma. And this shimmery warm orange red shade. Well, you see what I mean. A darker shade of orange with some shimmer in it. And I'm going to fill in the outer V with that first. And blend it towards the center a bit. Make sure not to blend too much. Okay. And then I'm also going to apply it in the crease just to darken it up a bit before I'm going to use the actual dark color. And I am making sure I'm putting it high enough so it'll still be visible after I also apply the burgundy color. Also, by the way, I don't know if you can tell, but I actually used a different powder than I used like on all the videos before this. For like the post here. This time I actually used the Catrice Pime and Fine powder, but then the loose powder version. And I didn't even know Catrice had a loose powder until I happened to see it in the store. But it's actually really good. I will do a review on it later, and it also come across in a shopping haul next Saturday, if I'm right. But yeah, it's a really nice powder. So far I really like it. It was my first time using it, so can't really do a review right now, but so far I like it. So yeah, anyways, that's the orange shade. And then I'm going to move on to another eyeshadow, which is this one by Lancôme, which is a burgundy shade. Sicillian Burgundy is what it's called. Really nice color. And I'm going to use a sort of round fluffy brush. This one is by EcoTools. To really darken up the crease. And this isn't a very covering color, like not a very opaque color is what I'm trying to say. But it does make it very useful to like darken up the crease. As in it won't immediately turn black or anything. And I'm blending it upwards a bit, but I'm not putting it all the way over the orange because I do want the orange to remain visible. So that's enough. Yeah. And then I'm also going to put some in the outer V to darken that up a little bit more. The nice thing about having the Collistar tool underneath all of that is that it does make sure that all the eyeshadows stick to it really well. So really, if you don't have like the Collistar tools, I do recommend using some other cream eyeshadow underneath it because it really does make the difference in this case. So yeah, then it's time for highlight. I'm going to use this short eyeshadow brush by Sigma for that. And this side of the palette. First off, I'm going to use this shade over here, which is a sort of, yeah, really pale golden shimmery shade. And I'm going to put that in the inner corner first. I'm going to highlight some more later, but this just creates like a base for it. And then I'm going to use this pearly shade over here. Basically a white with shimmers. And use that underneath the eyebrow. Not on the eyebrow. And also a little bit in the inner corner. To make it a little bit more light. And that's basically, oh no, wait, that's not the end of the eyeshadow part. Almost forgot something. I actually need to go back to the Sicillian Burgundy eyeshadow. The Lancôme one. And this short brush. And just really make sure that you don't get any fallout. And then we're just going to apply that underneath my lower lash line. And this doesn't have to be like completely dark yet because we're going to apply black on it later. But this just creates sort of a, well, it makes the color look more three-dimensional, I guess. Because you will still see this underneath black. And not putting it all the way to the middle, of course, or to the inner corner, of course. I'm just going to keep it right here. And leave it at that. Yeah. And then it's time to go to the eyeliner part. I'm going to use this Catrice Cake eyeliner. You could also use a black eyeshadow, but it will be less intense. But this is a cake eyeliner which can be used both dry and wet, and that's the most important part of it. If you do want it to be like more of a like cat eye sort of thing, then you can also use like a gel eyeliner or liquid liner. But I'm using this one dry because I want it to be sort of smoked out and not necessarily really, I don't know, like clear line. But I'm using this brush by EcoTools. And just very carefully like dabbing it right above my eyelashes. Again, do make sure not to get fallout. And I'm also putting this in the inner corner. Really make sure to tap with the brush before doing that because you don't want it in your eyes because that's unsurprisingly rather uncomfortable. Yes, I speak from experience because I'm pretty clumsy. But yeah. And I am making a straight line, by the way. I'm not like smoking it out excessively. But yeah, because it's sort of like a really dark black eyeshadow when used like this, it just looks more smoky than it would have if I would have used it with water or just used a liquid liner. So yeah, just gonna darken it up a little bit more. It's also really nice that you can really build up this color. Okay, and because I'm going to apply a pencil eyeliner in the waterline later, I'm also going to put this underneath my lower lash line, just to sort of blend it out, because for some reason I just can't manage to blend out or smudge out black pencil. Oh, also I'm going to do a bit of a wing, almost forgot. And I'm not using any more product for that, I'm just Using whatever's left on the brush to sort of make a wing. Doesn't really have to stand out or anything, just to give the vague idea of a wing. Sorry if you could hear my phone there. Yeah, almost. Yeah. And then just really putting this between the lashes. Almost done. And really between the eyelashes also. And this is really gonna make it easier later to, you know, not have this really like weirdly harsh line of pencil eyeliner on the waterline. Which we're gonna apply now. And I'm going to use this one by Estée Lauder, which is a very expensive one. It's the Pure Color Intense Kajal eyeliner. I once got it from my neighbor who got it as a sample version. It is actually a sample version. In any case, that's how I got it. It's actually more than I would usually spend on an eyeliner, but it does actually stay in place all day, which is something that most eyeliners don't. Make sure you don't have black eyeshadow on your fingers, by the way, before touching your face. So yeah, I think I'm actually going to repurchase it if it's, you know, if I ever finish this one. Simply because it doesn't actually stay in place all day. And I'm also going to tightline. I am wearing contact lenses, by the way, so I gotta admit I'm sort of less careful with it. But yeah, of course, do make sure not to actually hit your eye. Okay. And then I'm just going to smudge it some more. Because you can still sort of see like the line between the eyelashes and the, or the line between like the black line underneath the eyelashes and the eyeliner. So while it's still wet, I'm just going to smudge it a little bit more to really make sure it's, you know, sort of smooth in transition, I guess. Yeah, then it's time for mascara. I'm using the mascara designed by Collistar, which is a nice mascara, but I wouldn't recommend using it for a natural look because it does tend to look, I don't know if you can see, but it does tend to look a little bit clumpy. But for a look like this, I think it's really pretty because, you know, the eyelashes can be dramatic. With a more dramatic eye look, I guess. So I'm just applying a good thick coat of that. And really make sure to get to the outer corner as well. By the way, I never apply second coats of mascara. I mean, it does differ per person, but on me that goes really like horribly clumpy and weird. So I always just make sure that the first layer is like thick enough. And I'm also of course applying this to the bottom. And then it looks like this. Actually going to not follow my own rules and actually apply a little bit more here. Okay, then it looks even. And then the eyes are pretty much done. For the lips I'm starting with this lip pencil by Catrice. I'm already applying it, but yeah. It's the Catrice Longlasting lip pencil. I also show this in a shopping haul video next Saturday, but you know, it happens to be perfect for this look, so I'm already using it. But its name is Sweet Auberginia. And it's an, you know, sort of burgundy aubergine color. Is it actually the same word in English? Oh well. But I'm just going to line my lips with this, obviously. As you can see, I've already started on this side, so I'm going to apply a lipstick over the lip liner, as you can see. Which sort of gives a ombre effect, sort of. And the lipstick I'm using is In Love with Ginger by Rimmel, which is one of those ones in the purple thing. Which is obviously an orange shade. And I'm just, like, I've made a pretty thick line of lip liner, so it'll blend well. Okay, so this is the finished look. It turned into sort of a darker, more party-like look, but honestly I think in autumn you can get away with wearing darker colors and everything, because it's autumn. So yeah, in any case, I hope you enjoyed watching this. Thank you very much for watching and see you next time. Bye! Okay, the eyes are going to be nice and Barbie sort of bright. So I'm going to start out with the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil. Also, by the way, before I start,